Okay, so a couple of things that we need to talk about here is these things called special formulas, right? And squaring a binomial is actually there are two formulas, one with the plus, one with the minus. So I'm gonna write them down first over here. Just copy the formulas, and you, of course, should also do that and put that on your note card that you are getting ready for the test. So this is gonna be squaring a binomial. Now I will actually, instead of doing something like this, I'm gonna prepare like these placeholders where I'm gonna put mystery stuff. Okay, so imagine that in this first formula I'm gonna do something like this. Instead of a, I'm gonna put some kind of placeholder that where I will stick the stuff. Okay, plus another one squared, and I will use different colors. Okay, so like this one maybe is green placeholder, and that one is maybe yellow placeholder. Okay, so that's equal to, first we're gonna take the green one. Well, I'm gonna add the colors in a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna put, instead of a b, I'm gonna put these placeholder things. Okay, so and you might want to put that on your note card, maybe that's easier to understand. Okay, so anyway, this is gonna be yellow, this is gonna be yellow. So wherever I saw A, I would put green, and wherever I saw B, I put yellow. Okay, so I do that, and then I will show you what would happen once I want to use an example. And so I'm going to take 6x plus 8, and I will show you how to do that using the special formula. So as you can see, I'm writing them one under the other. The 6x is your first blank, right? That's like this guy right here. Okay, that's the mystery guy. And then the 8 is your second mystery guy, right? So that's the yellow one. Okay, so now let's see what happens. So I'm taking 6x and I'm sticking it here. So that's gonna be 6x plus 2. Now again, I use the same thing, 6x, and then I stick 8, the yellow guy, plus, okay, the yellow guy again, squared, right? So if you want the colors, you get the colors. This is the color, this is the color, those have to match, and then this guy, and then this guy. Okay, um, okay, so one thing I did make a mistake. I forgot the squared right here, and it should not be yellow, so that should also be here. Okay, so now I'm almost done, except I have to like pretty things up. So first of all, I have to understand what is 6x squared. So a very common mistake is to think that this is the same thing as 6x squared. So you can just put the 2 over here on the x, but not on the 6. And that's wrong. Because what does it mean 6x squared? It says repeat 6x twice. So you take 6x and multiply it again by 6x. That's not going to be just 6x squared. Okay, why? Because, okay, put the powers here. Whenever there is a variable, put power 1. You're going to have let's use another color. 6 multiplied by 6. That's not going to be 6, that's 36. So there you go, okay? And then I do add the powers that I have, okay? So I'm going to add like this power, that's why it gives me x squared, right? So remember, when you square a number times a variable, square both. Square the number and square the variable. Okay, now the next term, this is 2 times 6 times 8. Okay, 2 times 6 times 8, 12 times 8. Let's do it. 2 times 6 times 8. 96. Okay, wonderful. So that's going to be plus 96x, and then plus 8 squared, that's 64. So on a calculator, if you want to do that, you put 8, and then this little caret thingy, right, raises it to the power, and then 2, and that's 64. Okay, so if you really wanted to, you could actually use FOIL here. Now, I wouldn't if I have a formula. I think that's easier. But if you want to use FOIL, what you'd have to do is you'd have to take 6x plus 8 and multiply it by another 6x plus 8. Because whenever you square something, no matter how complicated that something is, it just multiplies by itself. So take it and multiply it by the same exact it. So you can do the foiling thing. You would get the same thing. You would just have to do more work because you have to, combine like terms and stuff. But So as you can see, 6x is 48x. Then we have this, that's also 48x. And we have 8 plus 8, that's 64. But then you would have to like combine these two, right? And that's gonna give you the same thing. I mean, it should give you 96x, and then that's plus 64. So either way, you get the same thing, and you basically choose on the test what you want to do. Now, I want to work one more example. Not going to do it using FOIL. I just want to use the formula, but the formula, this one, the one that has a minus in there. So I'm going to prepare the placeholder thingies. So I'm going to do that, right? Squared equals something squared minus 2 something something plus something squared. Okay, so this is my formula, right? And I just want to remember, so I'm going to color these things. So like maybe this one is this one and that one, right? And then the last one, I don't know, I'm kind of running out of colors. Let's choose this ugly green one. Maybe it's not so bad. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so which example would I consider? Well, I'm just gonna take one from over here. So this is 8a. 8a minus 7 squared, right? Okay, so what's what here? That's the 7. That's this guy right here. That's the first mystery guy. The minus and the minus, that had not to do with that. Okay, so 7 is the green one, and 8a is the, I don't know, magenta or something or other. Is that what it was? No. Oh, shoot. Maybe this one. Yeah, okay. So then this is going to be equal to, okay, so I'm going to stick the magenta, and that would be 8a. Now square that, right? That's here. And then minus 2, again 8a. So that's the magenta thing. Okay. Then I've got 7. So remember that minus had nothing to do with the other one. The minus and the minus match, but 7 matches that mystery box there. So, and then plus 7 squared, right? Okay, so if you want the ugly color, I can do that for you. All right. So you could say that that's it. Well, no, you have to really simplify stuff a little bit more. So remember, when you square 8a, you don't just square a, you also square 8. So this will be 64a squared. Then the numbers 2, 8, and 7. So 2 times 8 times 7. Okay, I could do that. 2 times 8 times 7. Okay, that's 112. So that's going to be minus 112a. So because remember, there was a here that it wasn't combinable with anything. And then plus 7 squared, that is 49. Whew! So you could do the same thing using FOIL, and it'll give you the same answer. You would have to do this, okay? So you can see that that's 64a squared minus 56a, another minus 56a, and plus, because negative and a negative give you a positive. So when you simplify these two, that'll give you that 112. So actually, to make the long story short, this is your answer. I would use the formula. If I have this in front of me, I think that's easier than doing foiling, but it's really going to be up to you what you want.